Video games with dark secrets. You may find yourself playing a game, exploring different areas, when you discover something that the developers didn't want you to ever find. Things such as creepy ghosts haunting you and glitching out your screen, or games punishing you for not saving properly in the most creepiest way. I'm going to take a look at different games that have secrets in them and try to find out why they were put there in the first place. So the first game I want to talk about is in this popular MMO known as World of Warcraft. So this secret is pretty old, like 12 years old and possibly even longer, but there's these children here that are known as the Children of Goldshire. And they walk very weirdly and stare off in the distance for 10 minutes before moving to another location. Yeah, so here they are outside, again moving in a weird formation, almost like they're in a pentagram shape. But the creepiest part of it all is at some point the children will end up in this bedroom here where they're staring off looking at the bed. And then that's when you hear this creepy voice.
You will die.
Yeah, there's the voice right there. This player even managed to find this voice line that appeared at one point. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's probably one of the more creepier voice lines. Every morning around the same time on the server Paranoid in particular, these children come into the room around 8:40 a.m. server time. They stand around this room and stay there until usually about 8 at night. A little bit after they arrive, a sound file plays. Yeah, that's pretty creepy. This person here says that this Easter egg is a take of the movie Children of the Corn, which, you know what, I've never actually seen the movie, but like, that makes sense. I also found the Wikipedia that talks about the Children of Goldshire. The children are known for the fact that they go into the empty house's second floor and form a pentagram pattern, remaining silent and unmoving. They are actually references to Blizzard Entertainment's employees. Oh, okay, yeah, so the different names of the kids are actually some of the employees. Okay. The children's geometric formation was not meant to be a satanic in nature at all. Players saw it as a pentagram, but it was just a function of the children simply being centered on Cameron, and thus forming a circle. Alright, but this game is actually more haunting and disturbing than the other one, and it's this innocent looking game, Psychonauts. So it's a pretty old cartoony game that looks completely harmless, but in reality it holds a dark secret. So one of the characters is this one right here, and in one of the levels you enter her mind, and as you're exploring her mind and completing the levels, there's a secret room that you're not really supposed to enter, but if you do manage to find it and do enter it, she says this.
Now why would you want to come in here? Come on, this room's no fun. Let's leave.
And you see some of the characters there are what appears to be children. Nothing really out of the ordinary here until you destroy this thing and unlock these pictures, Mia's children. But in here there's pictures that reveals that at one point she was taking care of children in like an orphanage possibly. She would cook for them, play piano for them, but then this haunting picture tells a fatal end. It appears as she's coming back from grocery shopping when she finds the orphanage on fire. And then this picture here is her hearing all the voices of the ones inside the building because she has telepathic powers, which gives her the ability to read minds. So yeah, unfortunately she was able to read their minds at the time. But that's not all, because there's a nearby chest right here that when you interact with it, she says this.
Now you definitely don't want to go in there. That's a party killer right there.
So yeah, going inside this place, there's a lot of weird different entities, but they're all crying out something. Take a look. Yeah, if it wasn't obvious enough, yeah, these are the victims of the fire. You can also tell by the picture. What's also interesting is upon doing all this, you get an achievement called I'm Sure She's Over It. Pretty morbid. And what's sad about Mia's character is that she's typically a cheerful person. The traumatic event of the fire ended up scarring her for life, but she tried her best to hide this by adopting an overly cheery hippie persona. What's also even more dark about this story is that there's even some unused lines that didn't make it to the final game.
Hey! What's that smoke over the village? The orphanage! It's on fire! Please! Someone help! Can't you hear them? They're screaming! They're frightened! Please stop crying!
Yeah, that's pretty disheartening, honestly. And in such a random game, too. But speaking of restless souls, in Pokemon X and Y, there's actually a ghost girl that just randomly appears. So here's the player exiting an elevator when suddenly this plays out. Yeah, just a random ghost girl appears and then she just starts moving without like any walking animation. And she says, "No, you're not the one." And that's it. You never see her again. You don't have any context to her. You just never see the ghost ever again. But she's not the only ghost girl that appeared in Pokemon. In fact, there's an even creepier one that dates back to the original Pokemon Crystal, but she's only found through a glitch. So in Pokemon Crystal, there's a weird glitch city that you could get to, and then walking through this area, you find this girl, which you may notice that she's very pale, unlike your character, and when you interact with her, the text is just gibberish, and all sorts of interacting with her, it just causes a whole bunch of glitches to emerge, because again, you're not supposed to to access this part of the game, and it gets really broken at some points as well. But it is possible to at some point fight her. But good luck making sense of all this gibberish. So who is she? Well, that one we have a pretty good theory as to who she is. And thanks to this Reddit poster here, they stated that somewhere in the development, Game Freak wanted you to find a ghost girl in the burned tower. I say ghost girl because she's really white like no other NPC in the game, and also because there's one dialogue in the Japanese version which is located and unused in this city. And here's the Japanese text right here, and it translates to, oh no, my daughter is missing. No, she couldn't have gone to the burned tower. I told her not to go near it. People seem to disappear there. Oh, what should I do? So yeah, we put the pieces together. Pretty much this girl went missing in the burned tower, and now she's a ghost that's originally supposed to fight the player. But maybe it was too dark for Pokemon and they never actually went through with it. But now we move on to a more innocent looking game, and that's Animal Crossing, because nothing scary can ever come out of that game, right? Well, you're wrong. And I'm not only talking about the ghost wallpaper where a realistic ghost can appear. There's actually a lot more disturbing things inside the game. So in the original Animal Crossing, if you were to visit another town and didn't save while you're over there, well, Animal Crossing would actually punish you for doing that in a really disturbing way. So here's this person turning on their Animal Crossing after closing out of it without saving, and when they play the game, their character looks like this. It's completely eyeless and mouthless as well, and you just look like that in the game, I guess, until you like actually save again. And yeah, it pretty much makes your face look like these gyroid characters that exist in Animal Crossing, and they're actually really cute. They do little dances and interact with different characters, but in actuality, these gyroids are a reference to a haniwa, which were items buried alongside graves to remember the dead. These items were used during the Kofun period of Japan, and some haniwa could be slightly humanoid with slightly wavy arms, aka the wavy arms you see on the gyroids. And so this is how some of the haniwas actually used to look like. As you could see, they're pretty similar to the gyroids in Animal Crossing, and yeah, these items were buried alongside the dead in real life. So when you find gyroid fragments buried in the dirt, just remember that there's probably bodies somewhere there as well. Also, the fact that the gyroids are alive makes it seem like someone's soul is inside there as well. Just kind of creepy. Also, there's a villager called Coco that looks like a gyroid as well, or they're making reference to a coconut, and that's why he doesn't have any eyes, but it's still pretty creepy. But moving on to even more creepier demented secret is in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which they're pretty well known for their many Easter eggs, but one of them in particular is extremely disturbing, like demonic goats disturbing. So one multiplayer level in particular, there's a lot of plushies hidden around the map, and so if you were to shoot all of them, there'll be teddy bears that appear in the center of the barn, and then shooting them will spawn like a weird pentagram, and then this will play out. And then after some time, some demonic goats will appear and just instantly kill your character, pretty much hinting that you're the sacrifice. Yeah, this isn't the first time that Call of Duty has made you interact with different plushies and stuffed teddy bears, but the whole demonic goat thing just made the whole thing a lot more creepier. But it doesn't end there, because there's some other secrets as well, where like shooting different panels and seeing these numbers on the walls, and then putting in the final code would spawn in like a giant kaiju teddy bear. Oh, there you go, he's spawning. Yeah, there's his Godzilla roar. But yeah, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.